Sabrina, could you either remove my bandages or kill me? Hilda always gets excited when she's going to see her cousin, Goowhiggie. Gesundheit. Walk a mile moccasins. Hey everyone, so I've got another Sabrina video today. A lot of you do keep asking me to do these, and every time I apologise for having not done one in a long time. I think it's been nearly 2 months since I did the last one, so I do apologise to those of you who enjoy these. Today I'm going to be talking about the 13th episode of the 3rd season, What Price Harvey, and I thoroughly enjoyed this episode, because I've watched Sabrina pretty much every day, with exceptions, for the last 12 years of my life. I do quote Sabrina on a daily basis without knowing it. You know, when you're a big fan of certain films or TV shows, you find that the script makes its way into your everyday life without you knowing it. This is one of those episodes in which this kind of happens, and I'm not really sure why it's this specific episode. There are a few errors in this episode, continuity issues, and a couple of other things which I don't think make much sense. And I would love to know your opinion on those, but for the whole, I do love this episode. Of course, the main point of me making the Sabrina episodes is not only to share my opinion with you, but for you to give me your opinion as well, because I always find it really fascinating when people really favour the episodes that I'm particularly not that fond of, or vice versa. But this one, as I said, I do enjoy a lot. As I'm sure most of you will know, the main point with this episode is Harvey's ambition, and Sabrina starts off by giving him ambition cologne, and then it turns into ambition deodorant and shampoo and what appeared to be bug spray to make him more ambitious, because he didn't necessarily want to take his SATs. So you do have, for the younger viewers, a kind of moral thing there in educating you that yes, you can go on and do a career, but further your education as best as you can until you go on and do something else. And I think that's a nice message, because we have to remember that despite the fact it was broadcast as a family show in America, in the UK especially, it was a children's show focused at children. So I think that's very nice. Then we have the concept of the cosmetics, the magic cosmetics. I think that's quite nice, quite fascinating, but it also has some kind of moral issue to it as well. Like, I don't know if anybody else reads it like this, but I kind of read it in the sense that sometimes, well, first of all, too much makeup can make you look like an absolute idiot, when Sabrina's had the vineyard blush on. But it's quite a fun episode in general. Jaja as a character, I'm not particularly fond of, and I think it's because she irritates me in a sense, and I think the reason she irritates me is, and this video will contain spoilers, by the way, if you haven't watched this episode, but I'm assuming you have seen this episode of Sabrina. If you haven't watched it, then come back. Jaja kind of irritates me, and I think it was because of the whole Grant thing with Zelda. I was really disappointed with the outcome of that. I mean, she's not a bad character, but she's never going to be my favourite. So the cosmetic section is brilliant, but for me what makes this exciting is the walk a mile moccasins, and that is something I say on a very regular occasion for some reason. The whole walking in somebody else's shoes is brilliant. Seeing the world through somebody else's eyes is quite an interesting concept, and we do get this a lot with Hilda and Zelda throughout the, at least the first 6 seasons, where they do swap personalities, because they are kind of like chalk and cheese in many ways. So it's interesting to see how they react. I think I prefer Zelda in Hilda's shoes as opposed to Hilda in Zelda's shoes. I like Zelda. It kind of echoes an earlier episode. You know me, wacky Zelda. I really enjoy that side of Zelda. It's just fun, and Beth Broderick has the most adorable laugh ever. And so I really do enjoy that. The Walk a Mile moccasins, I think, was a fantastic concept in this episode, and something that I'm pleased comes up again and again in kind of different versions. The episode is directed by Gary Halvorson and written by Frank Conniff. Frank Conniff is one of my favourite Sabrina writers, as I'm sure many of you will know. The script is fantastic. I honestly love this episode so much. But the issues I have with this, or not issues, just things that make it not perfect. One, there is a slight continuity error when they switch the moccasins. Zelda looks, but then she looks again. So unless her head moves very, very quickly, it's just a slight bit of dodgy editing, but it's only something I think you'll pick up after quite a few watches, or if I tell you. And the other thing is the snake. At the end, when they give them the snake to the family secret, the clue to the family secret is a snake. Is it? It's Avery. Again, massive spoiler if you haven't seen the family secret episode. Stop watching now. You have been warned. Avery M plus Ember of the ABC man Faye Me Leigh is B plus Horn with the ball of twine minus the E. I'm struggling to see where the snake comes into that. I've never worked that out, so if you do know, let me know. What Price Harvey is a very interesting episode. There are a lot of strong morals and, life lessons to pay attention to in here. But if you ignore all that, it's just a very fun and very entertaining episode. I think Salem's brilliant. For me, it's Hilda and Zelda in this, which makes it golden. Richert as Harvey is fantastic in this. Thoroughly enjoyed it. As I said, let me know what you think of this. I'd love to know what you liked, what you didn't like, and as I said, if you know where the snake comes into that, let me know. And I'll see you all next time. Bye!